G'day folks, it's Nathan here, or FVR375 as some of you might know me from the channel. So I'm just going to do a quick intro to the video you're about to watch. I'm back up in Cape York at the moment working, but just back from the NT where we had the opportunity to do some survey work up there, and in the midst of that work managed a couple of days off with some great permissions in place to go and do a bit of buffalo hunting, which was pretty awesome to get the opportunity to do. It also gave me the opportunity to carry the Rigby Big Game in 416 Rigby in the field, and that's a rifle I've had for a little while now, but I haven't really had the opportunity to get it out in the paddock, so to say, and do some more serious hunting with it. So having the opportunity to carry it on the job and then get a couple of days of bona fide recreational hunting in was fantastic. So I was running 400 grain Nosler petitions through it. They were really effective, and Rigby rifles themselves don't need a lot of introduction. They sell themselves. I've had a pretty healthy fascination with all the big bore cartridges and rifles since I was a young bloke, and I've owned a lot of different things over the years, but I have to say that running the Rigby in 416 Rigby was a bit of a special thing in the field, and particularly getting to shoot, spoiler alert, some pretty decent buffalo with it. Anyway, hope you enjoy the content. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Going to keep it, the video itself with fairly limited editing, no music, nothing too flashy. So anyway, hope you enjoy it, and look forward to doing some more in the future.
Yeah, that's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat, eh?
We just gave ourselves a job for the day. Our morning is has changed.
Just got less complicated.
Yeah. Very interested to see that pillar, to see if it's still inside of him.
That proper.
Oh yeah, that was 2 steps and down. That was.
Okay folks, it's Nathan here from VR. As you can see, I'm up in the Northern Territory at the moment. Actually on day one of an activity up here doing some feral animal surveying for one of the groups in location here. And what we've had to do this morning, we've come in on a water source to check for ground sign, turbidity, that type of thing. Been quite fortunate, we've come across this young buffalo bull in here, and whilst our specific job on this particular trip is not necessarily to be doing feral animal control, we certainly have the opportunity to hunt buffalo bulls while we're here with the right conditions in place. And we've got the opportunity too to provide a little bit of meat for community, which is also a pretty significant benefit when you get the opportunity to do that. And I think the situation in a lot of areas in the NT is pretty similar to a lot of countries around the world where protein's a pretty valuable thing. And when you look at an animal like this fella here, young bull, he's got a lot of meat on him, and we're going to be providing this meat back to the community, which will be well received by all those people there. I guess day one of the hunt, one of the key things when you're working in buffalo country, you got to carry the appropriate equipment to be able to deal with those situations when they arise. And as you can probably see in front of me there, resting on this bull is my Rigby 416 Rigby rifle. Great tool for this job. Now's a 98 action controlled round feed, and this is the first bull that particular rifle has taken, shooting 400 grain nozzle petitions, which seem to have done the job really well. So over here, hit centre shoulder, and this bull went straight down. As with any large animal, you treat them with respect. And this fella had an insurance shot applied as well from rear to make sure he stayed down, but that was not in doubt. Anyway, good start to the trip. We will have the opportunity later in the trip to go and look for some bigger animals as we're continuing our survey through the site. We're in here for around 7 days, but this is an excellent start and will be really well received by the community. And again, some excellent protein by a rifle from John Rigby & Co, which is doing the business up in the Northern Territory. One of the benefits of being out in the bush with a buffalo is you get a bit of morning tea bush style. Buffalo backstrap, salted, absolutely delicious. That is delicious. Okay folks, we're here in the Northern Territory and we're just walking up a big gully at the moment, having a look for animal sign, erosion, checking things out through the particular bit of country that we're surveying at the moment. And this big chap here has just happened to run out, and given that we're in buffalo country, we're still carrying buffalo rifles, so got the 416 here, and this fellow was pretty well onto it, so offered a fast shot, going away, so he's probably 45-50 metres, heading straight out, and got a 400 grain nozzle petition right up through the rear end there on a bit of a Texas heart shot. And I suspect the projectile's up here somewhere because his shoulder's well and truly broken. You can see they're good hooky NT bore, fairly typical of what you see around these parts. He's got a bit of damage on him, so he's been harassed by dingoes or other dogs of some sort, predators in the area. But yeah, good specimen and very typical of the NT. Again, nice fast shot there with the Rigby rifle's done the job really well. Perfect for this type of thing. That's our guy.
I think so.
I'm just going to hold real low on his fucking chest. What range is it? There are the cows and young ones there. Well and truly winded us.
Trees just there, or you want to go to the left a bit?
Well, I'm not going to get a shot through the bushes. So.
No, we're not.
Going lateral's risky, but I reckon it's worth it. So if he stands and runs, I'm going to shoot.
Yep.
He's going to shoot. I don't want to wait in case they go in the mangrove.
Yeah. This is the opportunity we need to take while it's presented.
I think we'll go straight because I don't expect those kids. So I'm just going to get these trees between me and the cows. I can't see the bull anyway.
Yep.
If I get to those trees, then I'll see what happens. If they run and I'm at those trees, doesn't matter.
Yeah. We're in good range for them standing unsupported running. Righto. There's that tree to the left, is a good one too.
For insurance.
Yep. He did not need that. Well done.
Is that for a hunt?
That's how it happens.
That's that guy. He was real crook after that first shot.
Oh no, that first shot did him.
Yeah.
That's why he pulled up.
Yeah. Wow, what an animal.
Look at the sheer size of his body.
He's a big bull, mate. So, what a magical morning we've had this morning. So, been out here doing this animal survey work in the Northern Territory, and we've been afforded the privilege, as I mentioned earlier, to come out and go for a bit of a hunt. So we had a day or two up our sleeve, and this morning we've managed to come out in this pretty good territory and had the opportunity to read some ground sign and get a bit of a feel for where animals are moving through. And we've come across this really nice buffalo herd. So the fella here in front of us now, obviously the hunt went well, but basically stalking through in the morning, as you can probably see in the background here, we're in mangrove country, so we're right on the coast, which is really different to where I've hunted buffalo before. And these water buffalo don't act like your floodplains water buffalo. They very much act like animals who live in dense forest. They're a little bit cagier, they're a little bit harder to get up on, and the hunt's been a little bit more exciting than some of those buffalo hunts I've had in the past. Anyway, this morning we were tracking along some good ground sign, a little bit of fresh water, a little bit of wallowing, and what we've seen on this hunt so far is that these animals, we've only come across a couple of herds, but the herds seem to be feeding on the salty coastal grass, which is probably not what I expected. You know, there's certainly some green pick and some nicer areas out here now where you'd suspect they'd be eating, but that's not where they are. So it took us a little bit of time to understand what the patterns were. This morning we were walking along a bush edge just behind the camera over there, and we had spotted a couple of cows out feeding, not so much on an open salt flat, but on a mangrove edge you can sort of see behind us here. We sat and watched those guys for probably an hour or so. Took a little bit of footage, and you know, we hadn't seen any bulls. We were about to move off, and moving up the freshwater edge away from where these animals were with a fairly treacherous wind. We looked back and then saw this fella stand up and sort of look around a little bit, which was pretty exciting as well. So quite a difficult stalk, although it might not look like it on the video. Really loud grass, some wind that was marginal at best. But this fella sat back down again behind one of the cows, and we ended up having to get in to a position where we could see, and probably around, I don't know, somewhere between a 75 and 80 metre shot to secure this chap. You'll see the shooting footage on here as well, but yeah, a couple of good broadside shots. One through the front end, through the top here, and then one insurance shot to put this bull down. And he's a pretty marvellous animal. You know, this is pretty special stuff to be able to hunt the premier big game animal in the South Pacific. And you know, it's not about the size of the bull, although this is certainly a very nice bull. It's about the hunt, and this has been a really, really nice hunt. Got the adrenaline pumping, and you know, a bit of a privilege to be out here with my Rigby Big Game in 416 Rigby, and those nozzle petitions. They've just done a magic job on this bull. So that first round absolutely rocked him, broke the shoulder, got him to a point where he was virtually immobilised, although still standing, and then he was broken down effectively with a couple of follow-up shots. You know, on a hunt like this where you're in heavy cover, you're on foot, you know, there's no backup out here. You're out here by yourself in some pretty remote country. You need to have a rifle that's capable of doing the job. And you know, I've had this Rigby for a little while now. I've got a few scratches on it. She's got a bit of mud going on at the moment. She's got a bit of fingerprint rust on it, which are all things you should have on a big game rifle, because it's been carried a fair bit. But haven't had the opportunity to shoot an animal like this, certainly not of this calibre, you know, with this rifle. So really impressed with how this 416 has performed, and the ammunition. And one of the reasons you carry a rifle like this, yeah, it might look a bit fancy. It's got nice walnut stock, great oil finish. But this Mauser 98 action is about as smooth as an action gets. Now you can see it's butter smooth. Absolutely beautiful. Really fast to shoot, and it's obviously 1 to 6 on swing off mounts on there. So if you really wanted to, you can take that scope off and go to express sights for that in-close shooting. But here, you know, on 1 to 2 power, this 1 to 6 optic has been absolutely perfect for this hunt, and this rifle has been an awesome companion in the field. So really good stuff. Anyway, there's probably not too much more to say. I'm just going to sit here and take this in, because it's been a really good hunt, really enjoyable. Out here with my good mate Steve, who's put me into some good country, and working with him during the survey work's been great as well. So yeah, fantastic to have had the opportunity to have a couple of days to come out and do this on these big game animals using big rifles from Rigby. Awesome.